What's happening, everyone? Brian Mello here with Marty's Chevrolet, and I'm excited to give you a quick peek at this 2019 Chevy Blazer RS finished in the red hot paint. If you've seen any of Chevy's promotional videos, you've probably seen this trim and this paint color, and there's a reason. I mean, well, just look at it. It looks absolutely stunning. As with most of my videos, we're just going to do a quick walk around the vehicle, show you some of the features on the outside, and then jump inside and show you what goes on in there as well. So let's get right into it. We'll start up front. Of course, you can see the RS, so you get that blacked out bow tie. You've got the LED day running lights. We'll pop those on once I get inside. You've got the projector housing fog lights down low, blacked out grille, and you can see that front camera hiding. Maybe we can jump right in here and I'll show you right hidden there underneath the bow tie. And that's part of the camera system that I'll show you when we get inside as well. You can see very, very Camaro. You can tell that the designers pulled a lot of the design cues from the Camaro, and I'm not mad about it. Going around the side, you can see you get the 21-inch blacked out RS wheels, and those are on Continental 265s, I believe, but let's verify that. Yes, 265 45 R21 Continental cross contact tires. So pair that up with the all-wheel drive system, it's going to give you plenty of confidence behind the wheel. If we back up, give you a full side profile of it, you can see that red hot paint contrasting with the black lower portion of the vehicle, and there's also this trim that runs and splits the color. That looks really well, and you may not have even noticed it, but they have it in the front as well. See, runs underneath the headlights. It's almost like a graphite chrome, black chrome. I'm sure there's an actual term for it. I should probably know that, but we'll go with like black chrome. If you've seen the GMC AT4s, they use a lot of that same black chrome, so they may have pulled that from those vehicles. Go around the back. Once again, you can see very Camaro-esque as far as the taillight design. You can see you get the dual exit exhaust, your blacked out bow tie on the back, rear wiper, rear camera system. You'll see it hiding right under there. Of course, the RS badge, rear backup sensors, the key fob I left inside. You can open this with the key fob, of course, but we'll just pop that open so give you a peek at what you're working with back here. So here's your cargo section. Plenty of space back here, and of course, if you need even more space, you can drop those back seats and give yourself enough room for luggage, dog crates, wives, husbands, people that misbehave, angry children, grocery, you get it. You also have the hooks back here so you can cover up any luggage or strap something down if you have something that can't bounce around. Maybe you just bought a ficus at Home Depot and stuffed it back here. You need to make sure it's not bouncing around. That will allow you to do so. That rack also slides back and forth, so same thing. If you want to tuck some luggage in there and press that in and lock it in, you can do that as well. One touch on the lift gate will drop her down, and as I said, of course, you can use the key fob. I'll show you the key fob in just a second. Absolutely gorgeous SUV. I'm loving this thing. I do drive a Camaro, so I'm a little biased to the look. I think it looks killer. There was kind of a sporty SUV hole in Chevy's lineup, and I think this fits the bill just fine. All right, let's jump in the back. I'm not sure how the window sticker is going to display. Yeah, the glare is really tough. Window sticker on this one is $57.65. This thing does have pretty much every option. You can see as we duck inside, we've got black leather interior with red contrast stitching. And I don't know how well it's going to show up, but the perforated leather also has red inside the perforations, if I'm saying that right. Really cool look. Of course, we can drop this little fella down. It's going to give us an armrest as well as two cup holders. You've got your USB, USB-C, and a full AC power outlet in the back so everyone can stay charged up, because we all know how important that is. You also have a pocket on the back of both seats for more places to store things and your kids to stuff junk. And I'll show you the big old glass roof once I get up front when we open that up. You also have heated seats in the back. For those that didn't know, here's your heated seat button right here on the door. Let's hop inside. All right. It's warm out there for September, let me tell you. All right, so she's already fired up and running. Now, I'm going to go through this kind of quickly. Of course, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, want to know more or less, just yell at me. By all means, feel free to do so. I'm happy to converse, answer comments, questions. So let's jump right into this thing. So over on the left side, you have your power mirrors, power door locks. Memory seat buttons are up top. Over here, you have your headlight controls, your electronic parking brake. This little guy right here will increase or decrease the brightness of your gauge cluster. You can also see, once again, more Camaro cues. The vents. In fact, I'm jumping out of line here, but one of my favorite things is you can adjust the temperature. You see that temperature just by spinning this vent here. One of my favorite features in my Camaro. Anyway, let's jump back over to the steering wheel. Here's your cruise controls, heated steering wheel, forward collision alert on or off. Tons of safety features in these new Chevys. Your voice commands, of course, it's got full Bluetooth smartphone integration, so your voice commands are here. Volume controls on the back of the steering wheel. This toggle right here will go through kind of your different diagnostic information. Up there on the dash, you can see, if we go to info, we can scroll through the different options there. There's my fuel range, my oil life remaining. You can go to your audio. My favorite is the navigation. You can actually use the navigation system through this screen, so you don't have to look over at the Chevy Mylink system. And that will bring me over to the Chevy Mylink system. You can see the push to start button up here. AM, FM, XM satellite radio, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, full color touch display, and this aluminum surrounding the bezel looks just amazing. If you're a Wazer now, you can plug your phone in and use Waze. You do have a 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot built into this thing. It is a beautiful system, very intuitive and easy to use. Remember, when you're shopping for a new vehicle, that you don't want to have to fumble around with options in this screen. That's going to take your eyes off the road, and we already know how big of a problem that is with cell phones. The whole idea of these systems in your vehicle is to make them as intuitive as possible so that you don't have to sift through options and menus trying to get to where you're going. Everything's very easy. You can tell where they've pulled their designs from, Apple, and like I said, very simple to use. It's what you want. Make sure when you take one of these for a test drive, you go through all of these options, all of these systems, and get the full effect as to what you're getting for your money. Underneath that, you can see you get the AC seat. I have that thing on right now in the end of September, which is awesome. It's actually 76 degrees. You can see up there on the Mylink display. Heated seats. There's your climate system. You can see everything's adjusted via these knobs. I guess you can call them a knob. It's your vent that you spin back and forth. Another USB port and a USB-C port. Below that, you have a wireless charging dock. I know it's a little hard to see, I got the shifter in the way, but if you just lie your phone here, anything with a conductive back, most phones in the last, say, 2 years probably have a conductive back. Any of the new iPhones, new Android phones, Galaxies, just set them down as long as you don't have a case that's going to disable that, and the phone will charge without plugging anything in. You can see here's your shifter. Once again, the red stitching, they've pulled through everywhere. You can see it running up through the console as well. Attention to detail is awesome in this. I love the little RS badge. And of course, we get that aluminum trim around the shifter as well. Here's your four-wheel drive controls, or I should say all-wheel drive controls. Right now we're in two-wheel drive. You can, of course, put that into all-wheel drive, change the mode that you're in, sport, change the condition of what you're driving on, so whether it's sand, gravel, snow. You also have your trailer mode, your parking sensors on or off, lane departure warning on or off. So if you leave the lane, the camera systems will actually nudge you back into the lane and give you a little alert that you're drifting out. Up here on the dash, Poppy McGlove box. Pretty, I don't think we need to discuss the glove box. That's the glove box. You do have Bose audio in here. Sounds awesome. So if you're a fan of music, like I am, you're going to love the audio system in here. Up top, you've got a place to keep your sunglasses. LED interior lighting. Remember that big glass roof I talked about? There she is. Big old glass roof. In fact, let's open her up and get a little bit of fresh air. Woo, it's bright. All right. There's definitely a little bit of sunlight in here. Big glass roof, one of my favorite features in this thing. Also, here's your rear view mirror. You can see if I flip that, that turns into a full HD rear camera. I can adjust, you can adjust the different settings. There's our brightness. I like it cranked all the way up, and I liked it zoomed all the way out. It gives me a better field of vision, but quite a dramatic difference. So there's what you're normally looking at when you look in your rear view mirror. Here's what you can look at now. Huge difference. I'm just gonna shut this roof real quick, and then I'm gonna close the blind just because that sun's probably gonna leave us an awful glare as we're trying to go through this thing. All right, and I will drive really quickly too. I'm gonna show you the backup system. I'm gonna throw this thing in reverse so you can see the camera system. So let me throw this thing into reverse. All right, so now you can see a full overhead view of the Blazer here. You can see, of course, what's behind me. I'm awfully taking up a whole bunch of parking spots, but it is what it is. If you press here, now I'm looking in front of me, back to the back. There's another view of the rear. There's the front. There's an overhead view of the front, overhead view of the rear. Crazy, crazy camera system. Once again, here's your, so if you're pulling up in a curb, if you're gonna park this thing in Boston, you ever see everybody's wheels are just destroyed? Well, you have these beautiful 21-inch blacked out RS wheels. Let's try and keep those nice and not curbed. So you can actually use this, I call them the curb hunter cameras, so that way you can see how close you're pulling up to the curb. You also have your trailer hitch view, but awesome camera system. In fact, let me just back up a little bit so you can see. It's incredibly accurate. I'm gonna go straight. And of course you get those guidelines as well, which help out. But as I'm pulling away, I'm gonna give you one more quick, actually I'll show you the rear view, and then I'm gonna jump out, I'll give you one more quick view. So how awesome is that? I mean, that is a clean, crystal clear image of what's behind you, and it's wide, so wide. You can actually see everything behind you on the highway. It's great. I'm gonna pull up here. I'm gonna leave the LED day running lights on, and then I am going to just jump out right here at this exit where I shouldn't jump out, and just give you one more quick peek at it before she goes back to the dealership and into the showroom. All right, so just one more quick peek. And I'll leave a link too, depending on where you're watching this, if it's on YouTube or whether it's on Facebook. Odds are you're probably watching it on Facebook, but I'll leave a link below so you can actually go and see more information about this one. And like I said, of course, if you're interested in any of the other ones or want to know more information or details, feel free to ask. If I don't know the question, I'll try and find it. Hopefully I do know the question, or I guess I should say I know the answer. So 2019 Chevy Blazer RS in the red hot paint job. Absolute neck breaker. As always, thanks for watching. Hopefully you are having an awesome day wherever it is you're watching from. Don't forget to follow, share, like, subscribe. Keep me employed. I really like my job. And as always, we'll see you soon. Take care and enjoy this absolutely beautiful September day. I'm out.